Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a video on living away at college as a individual with a disability, or an individual in a wheelchair to be more specific. I live in Staten Island, New York, and I went to school in Long Island, New York, and it's about 2 hours away, nothing serious, but I did live on my own for those 4 years. So I'm going to explain how I did it and what challenges I faced and things like that. Okay, so first of all, excuse my voice. I'm sick, so that's why. Anyways, so the first thing I had to do when I wanted to go away to college was figure out a school that was realistic for me. And by realistic, I just mean that I did not want to be too far away from my parents or things like that. At this point in my life, I didn't drive either, so I wanted to be somewhere where it was possible for me to have everything that I need on campus, pretty much. I picked Hofstra, which is 2 hours away from here, like I said, which is, it's a decent enough distance to justify going away, but it's also close enough just in case anything were to happen and I would need someone, or just in case I wanted to come home, I would have that ability. And in addition to that, I needed to find home health aides. Prior to going away to school, I never ever used a health aide. I would always have my parents help me, or my brother or one of my family members would always be helping me. So it took a while to find people to be my aides. And it's kind of difficult. I actually didn't even have an aide at my orientation, which was like a few weeks before I was leaving for school. And then I got really lucky in a situation, and I've actually had the aide that I found that month since that day. So she's been working with me for about 6 years now. And I love it. I love her. She helps me very much, and she's very caring, and she does the job. So it's very hard for me, well, it was very hard for me to find home health aides. So if you are thinking about going away and you're in a wheelchair, I would start looking for your home health aides as soon as possible, because it was a struggle. So aside from that, another thing that I needed to be aware of was my rooming situation. So I do suggest to visit the school beforehand, obviously, to get a good look at the room, get a good look to where the bathroom is, and stuff like that, because I did live on a community bathroom floor, which means that we had to all use the same bathroom, except for the boys. The boys had their own bathroom, the girls had their own bathroom. And my room was right here, and the bathroom was like right here. So it was kind of perfect, because for me, like, to shower, I would have to transfer into my shower chair and get ready for the shower in my room, and then I would like make sure no one was in the hallway and just like sneak into the bathroom. So try to make sure that your bathroom is going to be close to your room, or maybe you have a private bathroom, or whatever the case may be. I find that the private bathrooms are a little small in most colleges, and to like brush your teeth and do your like morning daily routine, if you wanted to be in the bathroom for that, it's easier if you have a community bathroom, in my opinion. So make sure the bathroom has handicap stalls, obviously, and a handicap accessible shower. Mine, I was able to roll right in with my shower chair, so that was awesome. And okay, so another thing with colleges is that some of the colleges have older construction and older architecture or whatever that don't have handicap accessibility. So make sure you're visiting a college that is more modern, or at least is in compliance with the handicap accessibility laws in terms of buildings, because a lot of the schools, or a lot of buildings in general, aren't in compliance with that, and it causes a problem because then you have to change classes and things like that, and it's very stressful. I would just pick a school that is definitely handicap accessible. In addition to that, pick a school that has a handicapped, or not handicapped, but like a disability office, or like an office where there are people who will deal with whatever disability issues you have at the school. For example, another great thing, sorry. For example, and I'll just use it as another great thing to think about, I would go to the office if I ever needed a push button on one of the buildings. All of the buildings at Hofstra have a handicap push button to open the door, which is really good, because there have been instances where, I was late and, there was no one around to open the door, or I was early and there was no one around to open the door. So it's good when you're, like early to class, and you want to go into the class, because I used to be early to class. I would be early. But a few times I was late, which is, it is what it is. You can handle it. But I have like anxiety about that stuff, because like I have to get into the room, and I used to have to turn the chair around, because you know how the chairs at college are attached to like a desk. I would have to turn the chair around so I could use the desk portion. So what I would do is I would go into the classroom early if there was not a class in there beforehand, and I would just turn my desk around and get all situated and be good to go. But then, in the times where you're late, and there's no one there to open the door, you're just like, how much more late am I going to be? So the push buttons are really, really good. Going back to the desk situation, if you do want to request, if your school has a handicapped department or a disabled department, sorry if I'm using the wrong terminology, then you can ask them for a desk, like a wide desk, and they'll have them in each of your classes, if that's what you want to do. But I didn't want to do that. I don't like the big desk. I would rather just turn the other desk around and just use the small desk. I don't see the difference, really. I mean, you have more room, but not everyone else has room, to put a bunch of crap on the desk. So, like, what's the difference? You just use the small one. So I just use the small one. But, again, if you wanted to request, a desk, they would put one in each of your classes. If you have a disabled department. So it's good to have a disabled department at your school. What else? I never plan my videos, as you know, so I'm just going off the top of my head. So, I mean, I guess that's it, really. I mean, in terms of, like, the social aspect of things, like the social life and stuff like that, bars are usually good. They're usually accessible. So if you want to hang out with your friends, maybe make sure that there's like a bar or some sort of like social gathering place nearby, so you can walk there, because unless you have a car, which I didn't at that point either, so I made sure I was walking like distance to a lot of stuff. You can see if there's like a grocery store nearby as well. I didn't really start buying groceries in college until like my junior year, which was when I had my parents bring my van, not the one that I drive, but I had another one before that I wasn't able to drive. So my parents brought my van, and we were able to like go out. I was able to have my friends drive, or one of my aides drive, and we would go to the supermarket or wherever else, which was really convenient. Like, if you can have a car at school, I would suggest it, but it's not a necessity, so you know, don't worry about it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This video is getting long, so I'm going to go. But if you have any questions about going away to college in a wheelchair or as a handicapped person, please leave a comment down below, or you can email me. I have my email in my information box. Yeah, I will be seeing you guys in my next video. It will probably be a eating video, but maybe not. We'll see. And I hope you're all having a great December so far, and I wish you guys the best. Bye.
Is all I needed to do, and in every cloud that shapes the sky, we watched till the moon rose to the night.